Yo, what's up, everyone? Super excited. NBA season is back. I am going over the 2-game slate for Tuesday. Just a little tease. They have 2 games, and then we have an 11-game slate for Wednesday, so that'll be really nice. But just so excited to have NBA back in our lives. Just such a fun DFS sport. Such a fun to just watch the games and sweat out scores. So I hope you're as excited as I am for the start of this NBA season. If you are, be sure to drop a like on the video. Let's try to get 150 likes. And you can subscribe as well, because we will be doing videos every single day. I'm going to try to have videos out 7 days a week, maybe 6 at least. And if you want to join us, you can visit the website, dfsprocess.net. I do provide for NBA in case you're looking for that. And instructions are there if you want to join us. But anyway, let's get into it. So starting off here, just like I said, it's a 2-game slate. Most of these teams play 8 to 10 man rotation, so you probably should have 32 to 40 players that you can at least consider. Now, out of those, we're probably not going to be playing a lot of like 8, 9, or 10 man guys off the bench, but you got like at least 30 guys that you should consider or that you can at least talk about playing. At point guard, we have LeBron James is your highest priced guy. You can play him at small forward too. He's probably going to be matched up against Kawhi Leonard, so it is a tough matchup. LeBron James is obviously always playable no matter the matchup, but if I just had to pick between him or Anthony Davis, I think I would lean to Anthony Davis, who's only $300 more than him, and he has a much easier matchup, guarded by like Montrezl Harrell, who's undersized for his position, and Zubac, who is going to be a nightmare trying to defend Anthony Davis. So if I only could pay up for one, it would be Davis. Holiday is going to have to carry the offensive burden for the Pelicans again. At least until Zion's back. At 7,900, he's so super consistent player. He's going to play lots of minutes. Like last season, he had a huge string of games where he averaged over 40. So he's a solid play at 7,900. I think I'm not super high on Lowry just because I love Fred VanVleet, who's $2,000 cheaper than him. But the matchup's pretty good. Lonzo Ball is a good defender, though. It's going to be different. It's not going to be like last season for the defense of the Pelicans. I think I would probably go to Fred VanVleet, who's cheaper and will be starting. I love Lou Williams. I think Ball is a fine tournament play. I don't think you need to play him in cash just because I'm going to be sharing the ball with Drew Holiday a lot. And there are a lot of guards on the Pelicans. It'll be interesting to see who starts in place of Zion. I think they might go small in this one. But if they do go big, it'll be interesting. Probably Melly will get some run. But the guy that I like is going to be Fred VanVleet here at point guard. 4,800 for him. It's just going to be a completely different Toronto team this year. Last season, with Kawhi Leonard dominated all the usage, took majority of the shots for the team, and now they didn't really add any impact players. They lost Kawhi, they lost Danny Green. I think it's just going to be a tighter rotation, so I could see like an 8-man rotation where the starters log a lot of minutes, and then Serge Ibaka and Norman Powell get solid minutes off the bench. I think it's going to be like a 8-man rotation, but 7 guys are really going to have to carry the load every night. And VanVleet at 4,800 will take a step forward this year without Kawhi just because more opportunities on offense. Just really cheap in a plus matchup against the Pelicans, and they're at home too. At shooting guard, some of the guys I'm considering are still Holiday. Love Lou Williams at 6,500. The Clippers, they added 2 of the best players in the league, and Paul George and Kawhi. Paul George is going to miss some time. So until Paul George comes back, there is a lot of opportunity on this team because there's not a lot of high usage offensive players. Kawhi is going to get his, but Lou Williams I think is going to have another really good season, at least until Paul George comes back and takes some of that usage away. But it's just him and Kawhi I would expect to really get lots of usage on offense and take a lot of shots. He's going to be a really good player off the bench, and even though he comes off the bench, he is on the floor to close out games, and that won't change this season. Should be a good one here, matched up against probably Danny Green, who's a decent defender, but coming off the bench, you could see him matched up against Avery Bradley. So don't mind Lou Williams a lot. He's going to have to put in the work a lot offensively until George is back. Don't like Danny Green at 53. Just think he wasn't great last season in most of the games, and now he's just a hit or miss, and now playing with 2 of the highest usage guys in LeBron and AD, I think it'll be tough to pay $5,300 for him on this slate. Redick, there's a chance he'll start if they go small. I could see them going Lonzo, Drew, Redick, Ingram, and Favors. If that's the case, he's a fine play. Even off the bench, he's a decent option because he will shoot. He's a good shooter, and you can put up points and you get the bonuses on Draftkings for the 3 points made. Definitely like him over KCP, Shamit's a all right option. I don't have a strong feeling. I'll probably not play him in this one though. I don't mind Powell off the bench. He's a decent point per minute guy, and that's going to change this season. Probably will go up this year without Kawhi, and if he comes off the bench, he's going to lead the second unit. There's not a lot of guys off the bench for the Raptors. It's going to be him and Serge Ibaka really dominating. So he should probably get 20 to 25 minutes on a nightly basis, and I think he can make the most of it. So I like him. I don't know how many minutes this guy's going to get, Alexander Walker. He absolutely dominated all the preseason games. Maybe with the injury to Zion, he'll get some more minutes, but I think it's a little tough, at least until we see how the rotation stands, because they still have him and they have Frank Jackson. Maybe they'll go with Alexander Walker because they did use a first-round pick on him this year. I think he could be a sneaky tournament play, but I don't think it's tough to know how many minutes he's going to get. But I like Lou Williams here, 6,500. For all the reasons that I've said, he's a tremendous point per minute guy. He is just going to come off the bench and dominate the floor. He's a really good, he has a chance to get double-doubles with assists and points at home here against the Lakers team. Should be a very exciting and a very high-scoring game. Got to like Lou Williams at 65. A small forward, like I said, LeBron I think is fine. You got him or Kawhi. Might lean to Kawhi in the matchup, just given the matchup at 96. If you're going cheap, I love Brandon Ingram, 5,800, especially if he plays the 4. More opportunities for rebounds, even if he plays the 3. He's just going to have to score on this team. Without Zion, there's lots of opportunities on offense for points, and he's probably going to log decent minutes here. They have a lot of guards, but they don't have a lot of forwards. So I could see him logging 34 minutes-ish a night, 34 to 36. At only 5,800 against this Toronto team, I think, I think he can definitely get the job done. And he is a decent per minute guy, and if you expect 34 minutes out of him, great chance to make 6x value at that price tag, so I like him a lot. And then I like Anunoby quite a bit at 3,900, just because he's going to start in place of Kawhi. He's very cheap at only 3,900, and he's going to have to take a huge step forward this season if the Raptors want to get to where they were last year. He's going to have a huge season for them. He looked all right in the preseason. He had a couple good games near the end. And at this 3,900, he's a really good point per dollar play, one of the best values on the slate. JaMychal Green is probably going to start here. I don't think he log a ton of minutes here, but until Paul George comes back, he will get some solid minutes at 3,800. And Josh Hart off the bench, 3,200. We'll probably see like 15 to 20 minutes if you're looking for more value. But I think the best value is definitely Anunoby at 3,900. I'm going to go with Brandon Ingram here, 58. At power forward, love Anthony Davis here. Matchup is excellent against his Clippers front court. They're going to be very tough trying to defend him. It's going to be a nightmare for them. Trying to defend Davis last season, even when he was playing 20 minutes, with the whole Pelican saga, he was still averaging like almost 2 times, like at least 1.7 Draftkings points per minute. Playing next to LeBron, he's going to get his, LeBron's going to give him alley-oops, going to let him do his work, do his thing. He's a good blocker as well. Just tough not to play him, I think. At least not to like him at all. I love him at 10-2. Then I love Siakam as well, 7,600. He is now the alpha. Even as the second man last season, he was solid in a lot of the games, especially near the end of the season. Nick Nurse loves to play him heavy minutes. As you see, he was logging 40-plus minutes a lot of these games, and that's going to have to be the case this season. Without Kawhi, he is, like I said, the alpha now. He just signed the max contract, so they have all the faith in him, and they're hoping that he can be the number one guy. I think he can be, and he can be. He's taken a huge step forward the last season, and I think he can take another one forward this year with this being his team, his and Kyle Lowry's. So 7,600, I like him a lot in this fast-paced matchup against the Pelicans. Probably matched up. If they go small, he's going to be matched up against Brandon Ingram. Definitely a winnable matchup there. I like Harrell. I like all these guys, Harrell and Favors. Harrell, coming off the bench, him and Lou Williams have a great chemistry. He can fill it up, even though the matchup is tough against this Lakers front court. They're big. Harrell doesn't let tough matchups scare him. He comes to play, and I think he can put it up, especially if he plays about 30 minutes a game, and I think that he will. Don't mind Favors. You're going to need him to play good minutes now without Williamson. He doesn't play 30 plus, but he'll probably get like 25 to 30, 25 to 29 maybe, and he can get a double-double in that time, and he's pretty good with the blocks too. With Serge Ibaka probably coming off the bench and him being closely priced, I think he makes for a nice tournament play, but I don't think he's a core play at 5,200, and I don't think I'm going super cheap. If I was, and if this guy does start, I think Melli can be a really nice play. $3,000 off the bench. He matches up Serge Ibaka as kind of a stretch four. He likes to shoot threes. Same thing with this guy, except he loves shooting threes. I think at 3,000, he could be a really nice, cheap option as a value play to fit in some of the studs on the slate, just because you know he's going to get minutes, and a center, sharpshooter, can get hot, can get close to a double-double, probably not, but like 10 points, 6-7 rebounds, more than a crush value at only 3,000. The guy I'm going with is Siakam here, 76. At center, I love Anthony Davis. Same kind of guys we have here. Gasol is going to be starting, it looks like, for the team. 5,500, I have no problem with it. He's going to have the ability to take a lot more shots. I would expect him to take 10 to 15 shots every game, double-digit shots. He's a good defensive player. In a matchup like this, good chance to get some steals and blocks. This Pelicans team does like to go to the rim a lot, so Gasol has a chance to get up some blocks. Don't mind him at all at 5,500. And then I like JaVale McGee. Looks like he will be starting. I would expect him to start. He's a tremendous point-per-minute guy. He's probably going to log like 20 minutes, but in that 20 to 25 minutes, he can really crush and get you 6x. All you need is a double-double. And he can get that job done. He's also good with the blocks, averaging 2 blocks per game in just 22 minutes. I love McGee. So the favorite centers for me are Davis, Anthony Davis, Harrell, Gasol, and McGee are the 4 guys I have a lot of interest in. I'm definitely going to be paying up for Davis here at 10-2. And then I give you guys one more guy that I like, and that's going to be Anunoby at 3,900. So as of now, these are the 6 guys that I have in my lineup. If anything changes, I'll post it in the comments below, and also on Twitter at the DFS process is where to follow for any changes. See if there's any other value that we can talk about. I think if you're going super cheap, the cheapest value is going to be Melli at 3,000. Anunoby's a really good value option. If you're paying up a little bit more, Josh Hart is a fine play at 32. Okafor as a backup center, 3,200 in consideration. And if you're paying up a little more, I think one of these guys, Jackson or Alexander Walker, is going to get minutes, at least like 10 minutes a game. I think it will be Walker. If you're paying up a little more, Powell, Green, solid value options in my opinion. And now we're getting up a little bit. McGee, I like him a lot. I like Beverly, I like Rondo. And then we already talked about all these guys. So that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to drop a like if you did. And good luck on Tuesday. And we'll be back on Wednesday to talk about that 11-game slate. So stay tuned for that.